What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is day 11 of 100 for OnShape. Today we're making a plastic brick Lego set kind of thing where if we were to 3D print these out, maybe they would snap fit together. But we practice using this on linear patterns. We take some sort of geometry that is repeated in a linear sense. It can be in two directions, rather than having to redo it ourselves. So all I only had to do was make this one profile right here, repeated that profile 8 times, extruded it, and then we called it done. Just to make it a true Lego piece, we went ahead and shelled out the bottom side and made it red. So I'm going to show you do all those parts right now. So we're going to click on New Element and create Part Studio. So we're actually making a second part within the same document. What I'm going to do is the drawing planes I don't need, we're going to go ahead and make invisible and start a sketch on this top right here. Go ahead and right click View Normal to, that way we can use this pretty easily. So I'm going to hit R on my keyboard for rectangle just because I really like the center point rectangle rather than the other one, because we know this is now bound to the center. So for this dimension, I'm going to hit D, and we're going to go ahead and dimension these other two sides. Let's do 0.5. Let's do a 1/2 inch on the height there. For this width, let's do 1 inch. And now what we got so far is we have a profile for the body of this. So we're going to go ahead and extrude this body out. Let's do 0.5. That looks a little too much. That looks a little bit better. And now we're ready to start making our pegs. So I'm going to click on Sketch, click on this top plane, right click, View Normal to, and we're going to make our very first circle. So the thing is that we want these circles to be offset and fit within each other. And so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to draw a circle, but then I'm going to give it some dimensions. So this dimension that I'm going to give it right here is going to be, let's do 0.125. And that looks okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to dimension where this circle is at. So I'm going to hit D on my keyboard again. We can dimension the distance between the center of that circle to this top line. And let's do an 1/8 inch here. And then do it again for the other side. There we go. That way we know exactly where this circle is at. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do linear pattern, something completely new. So up in top in the middle, you'll see linear pattern. We're going to click on that. And we're going to click on what geometry we want to repeat, and that's that circle. If we zoom out a little bit, there's another arrow that gets hidden. For some reason, if you're zoomed in, your part's small. By default, it's got a certain size. So you have to go in, and we're just going to drag in both of these arrows in a little bit closer so we can use it how we want it. Now, there's a lot of numbers going on. If you don't need it anymore, just drag it out of the way. We're going to repeat this time, so I'm going to double click on the 3 times. We're going to go in that width. Let's see if we can get away with 5 times. And the distance between each of those is going to be 1/4. Looks like we can only get away with 4. So I'm going to double click on this again and go 4. We want 2 rows, so we got 2 right here. We can change that number. We put like 3 if we want a third one. And then we can also change that spacing. So that spacing between each of them is based off of these numbers as well. Now you notice I can change all of these numbers right now. We're still in that linear pattern edit feature. The moment I am done, you see my cursor has now got this check mark for that left button. Doesn't matter where you click, click check. And now all of that geometry has been repeated. We're looking good so far. If you don't need it anymore, we're going to go ahead and extrude this, and all of that extra geometry lines and the sketches, they all disappear. We're going to go ahead and make this a 1/4 inch thick too, or as well. That looks a little bit big. So let's cut that in half. So let's do an 1/8 inch. All right, that looks a little bit better. All right. Click on done. Now any Lego piece that's worth its weight has a shelled out bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rotate down to the bottom, and we're going to shell this bottom piece for a thickness of 0.5 inches. And that allows us to start to see that this plastic piece would then hopefully fit upon itself pretty well. All right, so what we got so far here is we've got our piece, we've got our pegs. We're going to click done on that shell. Now, how do we change this color? So in this part right here, if you go to the left side and click on part 1 and we right click on that, you can assign material or edit appearance. If you're doing something that needs to have a specific material, you can go ahead and assign material, but I find appearance just to be a little bit quicker because you can pick the specific color that you would like. And we're just going to go with that bright red and then call it done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to throw them down in the chat, down in the comment section, or you can find me on social media. If these videos have been helpful to you, feel free to like and subscribe. Just let me know how things are going. And if there's anything special that you would like me to see or dig or uncover in OnShape, feel free to let me know that as well. It's been a wonderful journey so far. I'm excited for the rest of it. Take care, and I will see you on the next video.